son, the youngest son, will bust out in song randomly. And I mean songs that he has heard abjectly like years ago. And when you're 4, that is very abjectly.
Wow.
But he hears the song once and he's like, got it. And not to say he doesn't have the lyrics down, but he has like...
You should start getting
the tempo and the pitch.
If you want somebody
stuff.
to be like an auteur, you need to get him training right away.
Yeah.
It's so when
I'm
you're
not saying you want a Beethoven, but if you want a Beethoven, you need to get him training right away.
Which I'm like, yeah, you can do anything and be anything you want. But I'm like, but you really have a like. My oldest has a very strong engineering aptitude. He builds with Lego. He understands gear torque ratios. That's his strength. Like his dancing is like his one knee bends a bit. But my youngest, he is pulling songs out from like 2 years ago, which is like 50% of his life. And he's like, "Hey, remember this song?" And we're like, "What the hell are you even talking about?" And he starts kind of like just mumbling through like the sounds of it, and we're like, "Wait, dude, are you singing Savage Daughter? Like you what? How?" And it's like, yeah, no, these are the songs music is in him, and it needs to get out.
Yeah,
that was a fun one.
Suddenly flashback to Doug's karaoke Star Wars. And we got that guy up there. And now I picture your son singing all the songs that we were suggesting that guy sang. It's only a phase and it's just a pain, And
I just
what if God was one of us?
I guess sometimes we find our own jokes the funniest, but I just loved the idea of that dude being the karaoke singer in that bar. And like he just shows up every day. I'll have to find the picture for Andrew and drop it in chat.
Maybe it's bad form, but technically both you, Doug, and Drew were fans before you were cast members. Was us breaking into song something that drew you to us? That's a big pause. Just say yes and we'll go on with it.
That's a solid, polite no. But,
I saw. Yeah,
absolutely, but only Jeff. How about that?
Yeah. Now, is that only my singing, or
that sounds like a force point, right? That sounds like a hero point to me.
I don't let you guys cash in on your own patron points. Anyway, we'll just run some logos now. I've had enough of this.
On top of Old Smoky, all covered in cheese, I lost my poor meatball when somebody sneezed. It rolled off the table and onto the floor, and then my poor meatball rolled out of the door. It rolled into the garden and under a bush, and then my poor meatball was nothing but mush.
Sorry, Doug's a big patron. I got to give him some airtime. It's just part of his contract. Huge supporter of the podcast.
I felt that in my soul, dog. Thank you.
I know that was really good, actually. Impressive.
Once I find my range, right? 80s hairband, not so much.
It's between meatballs and masquerades.
I actually found a remix of the Righteous Brothers' You Lost That Love and Feeling. Hopefully we won't get any copyright. And just lightly laid it in behind the last Star Wars episode that you
Did
shot,
you happen
Doug,
to auto-tune us while you were there?
No. You guys were
heavily?
Because I squealed, "Oh, it's Top Gun all over again." That got a little squelchy, unfortunately. So it just sounds like I squeed and you guys laughed. But other than that,
well, you did squeak though.
I did. I did. It was Top Gun all over again. It was,
No
I was
shame.
so
Own
excited. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another exciting episode of the Elven Portal podcast. We are playing, guess what? We are playing Book 3 of the Age of Ashes campaign. And we have tried oh so hard to dig in, at least on the player side, to the new Pathfinder revised rules as best that we can. Guys, you hit 10th level, and we played a little bit. You guys were talking to the dude from Nadal, and you guys had a feast thrown in your honor, and I found a very interesting treasure parcel that you got to check out on your inventory of the party sheet, because I went back because I was double checking XP. You guys have 415 XP towards the next 1,000 for 11th level. And you can actually thank that on 3 story encounters that gave decent XP because you dug in about the triad, and Joe Gibson had amazing rolls, and a couple of role-playing moments where you guys managed to do the right thing or decided to do something fun, and it gave you guys XP awards for that. And that really, that really pushes up the numbers. Digging into the treasures, 1,200 gold pieces worth of food, art, and miscellaneous things. And I'm like, how are they going to sell this to get the 1,200 gold pieces worth of you guys are just going to
No, I turn into a huge frog and I eat it all.
Yeah, I was just like, okay, there goes 200 gold. Messina just ate 200 because it's food, right? It's artwork.
I heard 1,200, not 200.
1,200. No, I'm just saying you start eating the food, and it's like maybe at least 200 of said.
A chunk, 200.
Yeah,
a chunk,
yeah,
200.
And it literally says who has that. Before we hear about the amazing and probably subtle things going on in new characters, you guys are carrying around a lot of treasure and gear from your encounters. A plus
Little
one
bag of
flail.
holding helps with that.
Yeah, +1, like 8 +1 rapiers, 2 +1 flails, a +1 resilient breastplate from the ship. And
Ooh,
I didn't
that's
know
nice.
I didn't know if the orc pick. Well, you guys could put this on our orc. A short bow. I mean, One-Eyed Anim has a +1 striking great club. There's alchemist fires. Now, the fights should have been harder. I completely forgot 3 separate fights, all involving Triad Sneaks. They had Bloodseeker beaks on their rapiers, and these things cause bleed damage. Those fights could have gone really bad, really quickly. I thought about reducing the XP. I thought about this and that, and it's like, well, maybe I'll just won't have them available in the treasure. Like, I didn't use them on you, so why give them to you?
It's fair.
So I'm going to kill those, and I will use them down the road. There's a Cape of the Montebank from the ship. Who has that?
I don't know.
Not I.
I think Al or the Halfling has it.
I do not have it.
And that's something that if you do have it, you need to equip it. Like, you need to wear it. That's not something like I pull it out, I put it on, and then you're not going to have time. You need to wear that sucker.
I would wear it 100%.
You guys decide who gets it. There's chainmail. There's a chain shirt. There's manacles. There's chunks of mithril, like actual ingots of mithril that you guys found in the ship. Scimitars, short bows from pirates, silver ingots as well.
I'd like the manacles if it comes with keys, because I think that would be handy for taking.
Yeah. You guys must
Isn't
have
it more fun without the keys, though?
They have. You must have about 6 sets.
I've got-
by now.
we have 13 sets of average manacles, but only 11 keys.
Yes, yeah.
We didn't one-to-one them just so we're all clear here.
And they're all keyed differently, so they're randomized.
One of the coolest items you guys have picked up is a standard grade adamantine battle axe.
Yep. That's pretty sick.
Yeah. Thieves' tools, a thunderstone, and 40 Tinder twigs that somehow all ended up on Messina's character sheet.
Because he's got the bag of holding.
Oh, okay. Anyway, you guys all had 3 copies of your characters, so I went and cleaned up Fancy Grounds a bit. I got ready. Like, first I made sure that you guys had all the gear on the right guy, right?
Yeah.
And then that nothing was. Then I went and did some deletion, this, right? So,
Makes it
You
easier when the
guys-
monk is the guy who carries stuff.
okay. Do you guys have access to the party sheet? Can you guys actually take
Yeah.
stuff
Yeah.
onto your okay? So my biggest question and what the fans would want to know is who is going to get and possibly equip the +1 resilient breastplate, because the AC bonus of +4, the crappy dex mod cap of +1, a overall athletics acrobatic check at -2, not great. You need a strength of 16 or higher, otherwise you get speed penalties. But resistant armor has a +1 armor bonus proficiency rune that increases its AC by 1 and a resilient by 1. Do you guys know what the resilient part is for?
Yeah.
Nope. What's it do?
Drew? I was
It's-
really stalling, hoping something was going on. That's I was like,
It's for a +1 for saves.
Yeah.
So I think it's for all your saves.
Sounds right.
Correct.
Hmm.
It's a simple question. Who wears the heaviest armor in the group?
I'd say probably Doug.
I
Yeah,
do.
definitely not the
It's sort of a trade-off at the moment. I do have +1 full plate. So it is sort of a trade of a teeny bit of AC to get a +1 to my saving throws.
okay.
Is
now,
this something
Grace,
you have hunted?
what about the halfling? Because it's medium armor.
Can
It's
you
not
wear
heavy
it?
armor. No, who can wear medium armor?
I can't.
Now, if you guys
I
want to
cannot
hang on to
either.
it for one of your teleportation clerics, that's fine with me. You know, if you want to give it to Spiegler, Spiegler will
can't
be doing more
actually
cameos.
wear-
Like,
No.
any
The real
armor.
questions are
Jeff?
how
Would you do
would
me
the
a favor?
weight-
So if I can drag it onto my character sheet, I'd like to see put it on, if that makes sense.
I want to try this on before
I
I
want to
buy
try
it. Yeah,
this
sure.
armor on before.
Oh, you want to have this video? You want to have the twirl
Yeah,
moment?
I can actually do that. I see it.
Work it. No, I hate it.
There you go.
I got it.
Oof.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, give us that runway.
So it does drop that by 1.
No, while Doug is doing his thing, I have a quick question. How much does an adamantine battle axe weigh?
Oh, that's a good question. Where to go?
Very-
Standard grade battle axe, bulk of 1. It's worth 1,500 gold. Doesn't say weight; it just says bulk of 1.
Because I'm just curious at how much adamantine we've just acquired.
It says if you were to craft this axe, it says you need 192.5 gold piece worth of adamantine to craft it.
Mhm. So Muros is only interested in the fact of he got mineral adamantine. The fact that it's in the form of battle axe is irrelevant.
Yeah, you want to use your crafting to break it down. World's greatest alchemist. 3 circles and a triangle appear glowing under you, and you just mold shit. It's great anime.
We're just going to make 7 rings for no relevant reason.
Dwarven kings. 5 for the guys back home. 2 for our new empire. Yeah, sure.
You know, what can go wrong with making some bling, guys?
Adamantine weapons have a shiny black appearance and cut through lesser items with ease. They treat any object they hit as if it had half as much hardness as usual. You guys were always like, let's chop down the door. Oh, what's his hardness? What's his hit points? You do the math and no one ever wants to bother. This is a fireman's axe. Even if you guys don't wield it in combat, it is good for someone to carry it for those bust down the door, escape, or get in kind of
That would
situations.
be Muros. If nobody else has dibs on this, I break stuff all the time.
Well, does anyone use an axe? I know we're a party full of dwarves, but seriously, does anyone use an axe as their main weapon?
We do, but he's not
I
here
think
with us. He's carrying the
Spiegler's
body back.
character did.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Again.
should give him that.
Again. Well, you don't want to give your best stuff to a guy that cameos like twice a year. But I noticed his level and his gear were lacking. So I talked to him. He said, yeah, he'd come back on the show. So he took archetypes in Scout because you guys are always ditching him. I mean, sending him off to explore. Right. So
cool.
anyway,
Oh,
if you
I'm still thinking
if
about
you
using
guys
the
can
adamantine.
grab things, if you can grab things from the list and put on your character if you're interested in it, please do so, because otherwise this is a liquidation list. It's a list where I go click and everything turns into gold at 50% off.
Well, we happen to have a
otherwise you guys are-
citadel. Wouldn't a citadel be enhanced by using adamantine in some of its construction?
Well, Matt was talking about taking the Desna Cleric back to the portal, which means before you guys go to Cantargo, you technically could go home and dump this stuff. and
Yeah,
worry
for
about
sure.
its
And
cost.
I think we would, because we also need to make sure we've got finances on hand at the fort to keep the renovations going.
Right.
Agreed. And to
now,
check
that
up
being
on the renovations are going as appointed.
Does everyone have a bludgeoning, a slashing, and a piercing weapon
Yes.
on their person?
I do
On
not
their
have.
person?
Yes.
I do not have.
At all points, and then some.
Irrelevant, but yes, I actually do.
You guys are getting into those levels where it's like you need, if you don't have all three to handle any kind of creature, that could be,
I
yeah, the +1 flails
choose
back
my-
home.
I choose my form to fight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if
You're
somebody,
seeing it
not-
all the time.
if nobody wants like a mace or something, I don't mind adding a bludgeoning weapon.
There's
because I have
there's 2 +1
slashing
flails, Doug, if you want one.
I'll take a +1 flail. Yeah.
I have on me a +1 striking spear, my clan dagger, my javelin, and my fist.
Drew, got a +1 short bow sitting here. How's your bow? Would you like a backup one in case the DM or the cards break one?
I think I'm gonna ditch the javelin.
There are a lot of schleps coming up in fights that have actual names. Just saying.
Yeah.
Which means they're
that might
boss
not be a good
fights.
idea.
Which means cards will be drawn, Like, I would like you guys, because the audience, you got to forgive me, audience, but there isn't the hour around the table finishing dinner where you guys would discuss gear. We don't have that around the table downtime talk. They show up, we do my checks, we're live. Hi, here we are. So a lot of this behind the scenes stuff, I'm trying to bang through it as quickly as I can, but I would feel bad if they got into a fight and they all kind of went, wait a minute, why are we not prepared as far as gear? Like no one's weighting their characters down. This stuff is floating along behind you. So I want it dealt with. I either want it on your back so it's weighing you down or home or whatever, right? Plus not missing out on anything great. Now,
I'll
a
100% take that cloak though if nobody else has been given it up.
I was gonna say, now you want a bludgeoning weapon, Doug. There is a flail, but a striking great club is huge in damage and
Do it, Doug.
Yeah.
Take the striking great
would be
club.
good. Yeah, yeah.
okay.
Trade it out.
So you don't want the flail. You'll take-
I never
+1
want to, I
striking
never
weapon.
want to flail.
And
Well, this is cool because you fought this guy mano a mano. I mean, the party helped, but you were the guy going toe to toe with this dude,
Yep,
so it's kind of cool. Take,
and
you
you
took his
ate
boots.
like your face print is actually still on that great club.
Yeah, you need to put a blank space on your inventory and put one-eyed Ammon's boots, right? Because you took his boots.
All right, people.
All right, now the battle. Are we just going to let Muros carry the battle axe?
Yep. He's going to carry
For now.
probably most of the stuff in his bag of holding.
Okay.
Well, I might take the battle axe and turn it to sort of adamantine knuckles.
Ryan, you have no gear. Where's all your stuff?
I'm a monk.
No, I mean like your inventory is completely empty.
Well, that's a mistake.
Did you pick the
but-
wrong one?
Wow. Apparently, maybe something's happened to my
No, I
character.
meant,
I've been
Jeff, when you-
fleeced.
When you cleaned them out.
You robbed
There's-
him, Jeff.
I did not.
I have been
delete any
fleeced
mir-
by my DM people.
It says Muros Anvilbender new P2E core, and you're not playing that guy right now.
I'm Muros Anvilbender Ryan's.
I know, but I gave all the stuff.
I should have put it
that's...
Ryan's. Don't touch it, Jeff.
Would you not be playing the one that says new PF core? Should you not
Well,
be
this
playing
is
that
Ryan's. I thought was direct enough.
Fine. Okay, so the most up-to-date character, even though both of them are 10th, by the way, is you want the one that says
So
Anvilbender Ryan.
it's good. No, it's easy. It's easy. It's easy. I only have a Dragon's Breath potion, young. I have hand wraps of mighty blows, +1 striking, primeval mistletoe, and a wondrous figurine, Jade Serpent. That is my worldly possessions.
I can call up your sheets, so can you, and you can just drag from one inventory to another.
Yeah, I can just also spawn it too. I know what I got.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm just saying, like, the easiest way is, so just to be clear, which guy is your newest guy? Is it the one that says new PDF core, or the one that just says Ryan's?
The level 10, that one that says Muros Anvilbender Ryan's.
Okay. All right. Because then you can just literally just grab and drag. See?
Oh.
You just grab the dragon and start throwing it over there. Boink, 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 like so. Okay.
Hey,
So
I'm rich,
let's
bitches.
Let's talk to a certain orc champion about his new abilities and levels, hit points, AC. Hit it. Doug, what do you got for us, buddy?
So with taking 10th level, Glug Glug boosts his abilities. So I boosted my strength, obviously my con, obviously my charisma, because that gets me an extra damage with my glance. My class feat, I'm picking up smite. So I'm now going to be able to do extra damage. It sort of works like a chosen target thing where, you know, I use an action to mark a target and then that target takes extra damage. Then I picked up steady balance, which means if I get an if I succeed in an acrobatics check, I get a critical success. And I picked up greater mercy, so I can also remove additional of the mind. So I can remove confused, controlled, and slowed with my laying on hands if need be, or I can try to.
Cool. Question for you, sir, is did you want to keep the breastplate or no? Because it'll affect your saving throws.
I'm working on that. I'm still working on that.
Okay, so tell us your raw AC and your raw saving throws that might be +1 in the future.
So without any armor on, my AC is a 27, but I have a +3 to my dex, so that's probably a 24 before dexterity is taken into account. When I'm wearing my full plate +1, I have a 31 before I raise my armor, before I raise my shield. So I'm looking at the resilient breastplate to see where that lands me. It looks like it lands me at about a 30 instead of a 31, but appears to do give me a bonus to my saving throw. So looking at that still, haven't settled.
Okay. I'll be nice to Ryan. I will not fill your sheet with this huge list. I'll let you sort your inventory for a while. Let you muck around with that, dude, before we dump all this stuff. But as Matt said, we'll assume a lot of this stuff is either going to be left to or sold to, like the scimitar and the bow. And so you could give that to here, defend your own damn town. You know, that kind of thing, right?
I'll go to see you.
Yeah. So we can micromanage a lot of this stuff. Like 10 different pieces of leather armor you guys are walking around. The manacles all have the triad symbol on them. Just be warned, so you know. Oh, officer, these are for roleplay. My wife, like, oh, triad.
She likes me to pretend I'm a triad.
Oh, look at me.
She likes me to pretend I'm a bad boy. Yeah. Nice.
You know, sometimes we just like to let loose. You wanna get let loose there? You're looking a little tight.
Let go. I think it was Fragstorf that got into capturing and such, you know.
Gotta catch them all.
Nice
Pokemon.
close-up map here of Ravenel and its good neighbor Nadal, home of the Umbral Court, which we learned about recently. Any other secrets you want to share with us about your character leveling there, Mr. Baldwin?
No, that pretty much covers it. I do
Desires?
have 162 hit points now, so that's nice.
Damn, bro. What?
Yeah,
162.
no.
I have 90.
Yeah, don't get hit, Matt.
I mean, I have a +4 to my con right now, so.
Dude, I got +2.
We made choices.
Yeah, you can catch
But
Fireball.
I do have greater dark vision. So that's the thing.
I have dark vision. Yes.
Hey,
We all have dark vision.
There's a question.
There's a group for that.
Do golems have dark vision?
Which ones? Specifically, Jeff, I'll help you look it up. Let me know which one you want me to tell you.
All of them.
Nice.
No, the meme that you guys were throwing around a couple of months ago, the D&D anonymous or something, and he says something about light and
How to
dark.
spot a... Yeah. We're all in a dark place now. I have dark vision.
The whole
Okay,
group.
y'all. I will do a trade out and take the resilient breastplate, because while it does sacrifice 1 in armor class, I do get, because it's medium armor, I get 5 feet of movement back as well.
Hey, you can have it. but
Damn,
you
bro.
need to-
That's huge.
Yeah, 5 feet of movement back will be a big deal.
Yep, that's cool. But you got to fight me for it.
If you want it, you can have it. You're regular.
No, I don't care. I don't fucking want to wear it. I'll sell it.
He just wants
He
to
just wants to fight you.
You do realize that I worship Kurgus, who loves competition, so I would love to do that whether or not there are any serious
I know.
Oh,
Like,
yes.
can't you guys have like an arm wrestle or something?
I'm gonna toss you around like a used Ken doll.
They can fight non-lethal. He's got a great club.
And it's great, too.
Yeah,
I know, it's right in the
monks'
description.
all the monks' fist attacks are considered non-lethal. They go to lethal because the monk is like, sorry. I realize how hard I can hit things.
So I do have. Well, did you, Jeff?
What?
Jeff has taken my armor away and put it into the group money to sell out for the party, and has already removed it from my inventory.
Did you not say I swapped out?
I said that I would like to use the breastplate. I did not say get into my character sheet and divest.
I didn't say take out the armor that I was going to sell to buy something else.
Now you know how I
will
felt.
just say that's fine. I haven't earned any income, and it's the only thing that actually.
No.
I've been sort of an intermediate player, so it's
I have the armor that my dead mother gave me.
Hang on. In between the push the 50% button, did I not say, hey, guys, I'm going to do Messina a favor and have this as his bag of holding, a whole bunch of stuff. So I just figured,
Yeah. Savvy.
We'll check in the bag of holding. You can retain ownership. We're not assholes, Doug.
But if we hit a vendor, just pipe up because I might get.
I was actually wondering if it might be in our best interest to actually hire a merchant to fence our shit for us, because it's really hard to sell a lot of the stuff we're going to encounter due to the settlement restrictions, the settlement level restrictions.
Yeah.
So I'm like, maybe it's worthwhile to hire somebody to take, like, we'll just offload our stuff at the Citadel, and then we'll have somebody be our agent of sale.
I went down and I found a great vendor down this place. It's great to see. Cheliax. I sold it to these guys in Cheliax. It was great. They said that had a great use for all your weapons.
Yeah, we don't ask questions.
We actually did meet one, or I did, a merchant. He like Shadeborn.
Laka, hey.
Shadeborn, eh?
Yeah,
He sounds completely trustworthy.
he's very legit, and he wants to travel with us.
Let's give him
FYI.
all our money.
I of course told him absolutely.
No, I think it's a good idea, and then that way we don't have to worry about it. You know, we can just dump our loot, take what we need, jump through the portals. It's very fun. Highly recommend. Alberic's having the time of his life.
Hey, have you done a cannonball through a portal yet?
Now, all
you
you
haven't
other
lived life.
all you other flickering in and out people, not quite sure if you're having as good of a time as I am.
I'm going to say, honestly, it's a little scary. I've seen my soul more times than one mortal should.
Hey, you know that Friday is coming up? You said you might not be able to play, Matt? Your flickering is coming.
The flickering.
That's right. I'm gonna flicker the crap out of you. Actually, there was that one time Matt couldn't play, and we threw the bad guy hit him with a stone and almost killed you. You remember that?
Yep. Come back and I'm like, wait, what?
Why am I laid out and dying too? Well,
why am I? Yeah. Why am I prone? And
Glug definitely has an existential approach to things lately.
Okay.
Never quite sure.
Welcome to Moros's world. What? Your physical
guys
form
have-
is fleeting.
You guys have all four of you had a ton of shit on your character that's not even carried, let alone equipped.
well, I've got so the stuff that I have indicated is not carried is in my shadow because it doesn't count as bulk against my
Okay.
weight capacity, and that's what I do.
So you might want to go through and double check that. But you guys are missing out on a lot of automation in the roles if you don't actually equip certain things.
Yes.
I'm
Fire
a
resistances and all kinds of things are
druid.
automated.
I think
use
I've got
nothing.
everything that I think I've got everything equipped. I'm very Jarlaxle from the looks of my inventory.
Actually, I got that reference.
Actually, because I've been going through, clicking on all your sheets going, you guys are carrying this stuff. Why is it all, why is it not being carried way down? What's your total bulk?
Mine?
That's kind of a rude question.
How dare
Well, it's different now because you took all of my stuff out of my shadow. Stop fucking with our characters, Jeff.
Fix it.
Sure.
I've looked at your sheet. I've looked at your sheet in 4 years, and what do I find? A whole bunch of stuff. Not you, because you have an excuse shadow, but the rest of you guys are all like not even carrying stuff that's on your sheet.
bag of holding?
Come on. And thank me, you need to equip stuff that you'd carried, guys, or like I said, you're not getting the benefits from Fantasy Grounds. How many times have you guys might have gotten bonuses to saves and stuff because you had it C for carried and not actually equipped, as in the ring is functioning like a ring of fire resistance mat?
It's on.
So, I'm taking my GM liberties. Suck it up. Anyway, total bulk, Matt, 8.4. No penalty 6, limit 11. Now,
Yeah.
what is the penalty that hits you at 6?
A speed penalty and check penalties, but yeah, I should
Right.
be at 5. I should be at 5.5.
Right. So go through. Yeah.
Yeah.
Karam, right? You have a penalty at 5, and your total bulk, if you're carrying all this stuff, is 8.1. Now, like in the old one, is there a way to put everything in your backpack so that it's lesser? Or do you have to like literally?
Yeah, I've got one bag. I got a bag of holding 1, and I was going to put that in my backpack. The problem is, I don't think it actually takes away bulk when you put it in. And
Right.
I'm trying
So
it right
what-
now, and
So that's why
Right.
you
So what you could do, or say bag of holding, what you could do, like Matt's done, is uncarry anything that you want in your bag of holding up until a point, because the bag of holding itself, as it fills, still counts as certain numbers of bulk, does it not?
I think it's
Is it-
one bulk, but then everything inside of it is nothing. But you can only hold like, is it 10 bulk? 25 bulk.
My point is, despite my dabbling in DM rights, how excited did Matt get when he just told Doug, wow, 5 feet movement is huge because he got it back. And yet some of you guys have been screaming across my countryside and might be carrying too much stuff. Now, if we have 2 guys with bags of holding, you should be okay. And a shadow. It should be legit. I'm not looking for any kind of retcon and movement and battles.
There's
or
a bunch of
whatever,
stuff I can just take off my sheet because I'm never going to
But
use. Like, why would I use a
being-
torch ever?
being a leveling episode and being a treasure episode.
Yep.
I figured it should be a GM, excuse me, once in 4 years. Come on. Pulls up your sheet and goes,
What color are your eyes?
So, there's other things
won't-
too with inventories because of how the mechanics work for fantasy grounds.
Right.
Like some of us will have items in our inventory that are doubled because of different methods. So like
yeah, fist. Like
I have a
several times so
fist
that
in
you
my
use it.
inventory.
Yeah,
I have
yeah.
a shield spell in my inventory and stuff
But
like
if
that.
you don't, but you had your fist carried, not equipped, it won't show up in your combat unless you equip it.
yes.
So there's something. You're welcome. Yeah. some things. Anyway, I still think my ends justify my means. Speaking of ends justifying the means, Drew, let's talk about 10th level for our newest party member.
Let's see. So attributes. I took Dex, Con, Intelligence, bringing me up to a total of +5 Intelligence, and Wisdom.
Smarty pants.
I am very smart. So let's see. Saves. I'm at 17 Fortitude, 18 Reflex, and 18 Will. For a total of 126 HP. Slightly buffer than the Sorcerer. Let's see. So my feats that I took. I have been crawling around a lot, and I can do that very swiftly. So I took Kip Up, which allows me to stand up with a free action, and I don't trigger any reactions.
That's on my path.
So if I get knocked down, I can crawl away really fast and stand up. That's kind of my thought.
Yeah,
It's happened twice already, so.
Yeah, see, this is the rule of Messina. You know, we have the rule of Joe, right? Messina loves making his characters going, I've been doing a lot of this lately, so why not make it the feat? Oh, so you went and trained? No, I learned it myself, but look at my last season. I was like, yeah, sure, man, you know, and he likes making his characters organically, you know. So yeah, I am totally down with that method of, you know, I crawled around and flopped like a fish on the floor and it sucked. So here's some feats so that I can do it better without taking penalties. Why not? Why not? It's
Plus, I got a +2 to flopping.
+2 to flop about. Why not?
I flop with the best of them.
Let's see. So this is a really cool one. I'm very excited for this feat. Jeff probably isn't. So
I'm on your side. I'm always on the players and parties side. I want you to win. You guys die. I got no podcast. What are you talking about?
I died once.
And you came back. That's true.
Yeah. We did the rolls for reincarnation. I was there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, we did many rolls for reincarnation.
But the rolls were insane.
And then the podcast episode went missing.
Yeah, well, you know. The one where he came back as Iron Man, yeah, I lost that footage. Sorry, Drew, you were saying?
So I have to use device stratagem in order to get, my intelligence modifier, and then it gets me a precision damage, and I get all the dice and everything. So I now have a feat at level 10 where I can get that precision damage even if I don't use my device stratagem.
Oh my.
I don't get the cool bleed damage and some other things, but I at least get those 3d6 dice.
Oh, I'm fine with that. I mean, I weep for now that the one player that actually always had something to do with his third action is now gone. But, because that's the number one question in second edition. What do I do with my third action? No, that's cool. Well, what's your hit point and AC and saves going down at? Or did we do that already?
I did the saves and hit
here.
points. AC is at 28 right now.
All right, not bad.
You are much more evasive than I am. Everybody is.
You're a sorcerer. You're supposed to be soft and squishy. Quit complaining.
I am so soft, so squishy. But speaking of that third action, because of that, I found out what to do with my third action.
Pray for mercy.
Shield spell, click, because it's a little bit different.
Yeah.
They changed it a bit, and it's worth it. It's basically the equivalent of me actually putting up a shield.
Yep.
Whereas before
Is
it
it
would
still-
just block ranged attacks or magic missiles.
Yeah, it's a +1, is it? Or does it level with you?
I didn't. You know what? I never even looked.
Like
It's
the
a
shield
cantrip.
actually, the shield
It
like
might scale.
Yeah, like
I never even looked into that.
you would have to go into your combat tab and readjust your shield bonus so that when
Yeah.
Sulu shields,
Does it? Does it? Does it juice?
Oh yeah.
Every 2 levels it goes. Oh no, it's just the hardness. Okay, doesn't give me any extra AC. That would be
Just gets
awesome.
harder.
It gets harder on his third action. Okay.
Every 2 levels it increases the hardness by 5. So
That's
it
still
operates
good,
like a
though.
normal shield now, whereas it's got hardness, and you have to surpass its hardness, and anything that goes past its hardness, I still soak. So it works like a normal shield. So the hardness does change things for sure. So what does that give me?
A sorcerer taking like shield feats, that'd be funny.
5 starts at 5, and every 2 levels, so it's an additional 5. So that's at 25. So it's like hardness of 30. That's pretty good.
Oh, that's pretty good. Oh, and we were talking about movement feats. So I took Tiller's Drive, which basically I get 10 feet of extra speed. I used to have 5, so now I've got 10, bringing me up to 35 speed. But I also get to give 5-foot circumstance bonus to everyone in my crop. So as long as you're within 60 feet of me, you get 5 extra.
60 feet?
Circumstance.
If you're within 60 feet of me, you get 5-foot.
Oh, we just became
Circumstance
best
bonus.
friends. You're like going to be the necklace that I'm never going to let go of.
Now, do you,
We get
how does your extra speed come in, Ryan? Is it a circumstance bonus?
No, it's a status.
Okay.
He's a monk, right? So he gets the monk bonus to just.
Yeah, I just didn't know if it was going to overlap or not, because
It stacks because it's.
But you
not
give
a-
out 5 feet of movement for being within 60 feet of you? Is that if
Then,
we
yeah.
start our turn within 60 feet of you, assumedly?
I suppose.
I see a gnome wearing a halfling as a necklace.
My
I was
speed
thinking-
means nothing.
I was thinking the more of the giant frog, right? And he's got like a basket around his neck dangling, and the halfling squatting in there shooting his bow, just kind of swinging back and forth. That's what came to mind when he made such claims. So, Drew, you mentioned Helika Shadeborn, a merchant from Nadal, and you were telling the party a little bit about the Umbral Court, some dark, nasty dudes that run the country. In a nutshell, you have to the south of Ravendale, you have Cheliax, and they kind of on a legal technicality had Ravendale as Cheliax, and now they don't because of the Hell's Rebels adventure path, and the House Thrune got up there with Brazelli, and everything went sideways. They boot them out, and now they're all freedom, right? To the north and to the east is the country of Nadal. And these guys hold their own. And the mountain range that splits these countries in half, I guess, also helps a lot. This lanky, slightly pointy-eared, large eyebrow, huge green eyes, and a green jade vertical lip ring, and the unsettling habit of stroking his chin and jawline with one finger as he's thinking and talking to you, was hoping that you would escort him when you decide to go to Cantargo, because I was traveling alone and I have contacts there. And
Yeah.
you were like, yeah, right, clingy boy. Yeah, I'll talk to my party about it. And
Yep. And as long as it's the next morning, because I think this happened kind of at night, and Albert already took off for the night, if I remember right.
Yeah, I went to go help the priestess of Desna do some healing and stuff.
yes, Matt's character was chasing after a little old lady as per usual in every other campaign.
You
Just
go
kinda
where your
helping.
talents are applied the greatest.
Uh-huh.
There.
So fast forward to the next day. For a small town that burned down, they really showed you guys gratitude, bringing out the best in food and drink, children to fling around on the octopus ride. Just about anyone would proudly try to test their strength against the orc, whether you do that, the two guys grab each other's shoulder and try and shove each other over a line, or arm wrestling, that type of thing. Like, you know, I mean, I will definitely say that there are few in this town that can match. Some held their own against you, glug glug. You know, impressive humans, but you know they're rugged people. But no one's really gonna, slam your knuckles into the table in 2 seconds flat. They're not here. And then Muros finds out about a breastplate that he sees you trying on, and he's done playing with children. And this big octopus tentacle comes and sits on the table in arm wrestling.
No, gnome form. Gnome form.
Okay.
Pure
So,
gnome.
Standing on a stool,
Little
tippy toes.
hair and
leaning
all.
over. Is that what we're going for?
You see a conical pillar of green approach your dais of strength that you've erected.
They've built him a shrine already. He's converting these people to Kyrgyz. Statue
You see a
of
pyramid of green walk towards you.
It's all about being a good model,
There you go.
Model the behavior. And
The Johnny Bravo pose.
with the javelin.
Yeah, with the javelin. There you go.
Where you kind of call your shot, you're going to point where you're.
Yeah.
Hiya!
Good javelin throwers seem to be
A
pointing. where they're
challenger approaches. We gonna do
Hey,
this?
Glug Glug! I've been noticing you've been pouncing on the tree folk.
going. Well, they asked for it.
Hey, how could you take someone on your own size?
He sighs. He goes, "Okay, that sounds like fun."
All right, let's do this, mate. I'm not holding back.
Are we using Ravenel rules?
You use whatever rules you feel like you need to use. I'll use the ones I feel need being used too.
Okay. That sounds like Chiliax that rules to me.
They're dwarven.
All right.
Hey,
Opposing athletics checks, probably, or straight strength.
I will reset your hero points. And Doug, that role play was so smooth, man. I'll give you an extra hero point for that. That was brilliant. I love it. The rest of you guys can have one lonely hero point. Kyrgyz smiles down upon you with an extra hero point. I love Ravendale rules. So, yeah. I would go with a straight up athletics check. Now, this athletics check, as opposed to a strength check, also encompasses the fact that you guys know how to plant your feet, set your hips, lean in, the angle, your strategy, when to push, when to lay off, when to hold them, when to fold them, when to walk away, when to run, all that kind of thing. Bores into the complete form, top to bottom. So yes, I would like athletics in the tower from both of you.
Yeah. I like
Yeah.
I like it. You should make them give you constitution or fortitude checks and will checks as well, opposing, because all of those elements are in play in one of these things. The athletics of what you said, like know how to plant, knowing how to hold your body, the fortitude for how long you can do it for, the will to how much, just let's go. Big fight. Monk versus champion. Sunday. You'll pay for the seat, but you'll only need the edge.
fair.
You need what anime is it? Mashi, where the punch guy goes to
Mashal,
goes to Harry Potter school, and they have, instead of like in Harry Potter where they point the wand at their throat, they just have like this glowing megaphone that pops up in front of them, and they get the big voice.
No,
They're
no, I
talking to, like,
think
a
that's
jewel
what Marshall threatened the one professor, and the professor's like, I can expel you at any time. He's like, I can bury you at any time.
Yeah.
It's a valid argument.
All right. Out of the gate, I will not embarrass you guys by saying the actual numbers, but I will say that Muros leans in with an 8-point lead, and I want triple. So he leans in hard, and I want 2 more rolls, because there's that go, recover, done. 3 stages. And if we keep going, then we'll talk fortitude and humor, Mr. Witt,
Burris has so many
whose
bonuses. Yeah.
whose squishy arms could never be part of this
Nope.
contest.
All the elements encompassed.
I told you, Glug Glug, don't take it easy on me. Size isn't the only measure we have going on here.
Glug Glug comes back by adding 2 points to his grip. And Muros only adds 1 more to his. But as both men lean and grit their teeth, Muros still has a 7-point lead. And we're both pushing over 30. Like, the clothes rip, the table rips. There's a of dust in a circle around you as you guys plant your ground. You know, like that stuff is
Ground cracks.
exactly like.
We're gonna have to
We'll
spend
go
some
from
of that. We're
cheering
gonna
to be like,
have to
should we be
spend some
running?
of our gold to rebuild this place after we.
Yep. Yep.
All right.
I'll work the crowd
Indeed.
and take bets.
Oh. Good. Good.
Cover the
this point-
expenses. Go wild, fellas.
At this point, there is an actual lean. I'm not going to say 45 degree, but there's a good 30 degree angle where the gnome has Glug Glug bent back quite a bit. Not that point where he's about to win, but that point where Glug Glug could make a comeback and the bets are ripe on the gnome.
And a crowd of like 8-year-old teamsters behind me going, yeah,
Anyway,
you can do
we-
it.
We gave you everything in 1,200 miscellaneous gold piece worth of treasure that isn't burnt. We have nothing to wager, man. Like, we ate everything, we drank everything, we gave you the rest. They got nothing to bet.
That's fair.
Now,
Really, food,
there's
gentlemen's drinks.
there's each other. What about
Oh, damn, bro. No, I don't agree with that sort of thing.
Hey, we want to rent a hand for 1 hour.
do you care to take the sorcerer's wager?
Take
Mr.
it
Investigator?
trade. Oh yeah. You wanna bet?
You have
who,
money.
Who are you betting on?
Obviously, my cousin.
Oh, okay.
Who's currently winning right now?
I'll go
Also
with
the
Glug Glug.
gnome.
He'll make a comeback.
Yeah. Okay. How much are we talking?
I don't know. Let's see what I got. What do I got? I'm not very rich. Rich.
Well, you got loose. Well, you guys have got guys have like hundreds of gold pieces with a grab.
I got
some loose
once you
change of like
copper.
100 gold.
Let's see. I got 14 silver pieces on me. So let's just keep it civil. Wager a silver.
Friendly.
Silver, sure.
Okay. Silver on the orc. Silver on the gnome.
On the gnome.
On the
On the-
former cousin. Oh,
Dwarf. He's a dwarf. He's
No,
just a
farmer.
very, very short one.
Hey,
Glug Glug out of the gate with a 28. I'm thinking dropping number is going to be even better. Glug Glug comes out of the gate with a 28. Rolls a 9, gets plus 19. Muros with a plus 20 of athletics has a slight advantage despite his height. Now, what about wrestling and height modifiers and size modifiers? Does Muros not have all those feats that cancel grabbing and grappling?
yes, I
things that are big?
do. Yes, I
so
do.
I can't even give Glug Glug that one. All right. Muros out of the gate with a 36, hence the 8-point lead. Glug Glug, no one's fool, leans back in. His second roll gets an 11 to Muros' 16 and got a 30. But Muros plows him with a natural 17 and has 37. So with Glug Glug, a 28 and a 30, and Muros with a 36 and then upping it to a 37. Gentlemen, would you please openly roll a silver piece's worth of arm wrestling weapon?
Drum roll.
Ah! 12 and 12.
Oh, Glug Glug with a 31 and
I
Muros
will
with 32.
spend one of my hero points.
I will equally
This is
spend my hero
exactly
point.
the thing that my God has asked me to do, which is engage in fun competition.
You know,
So-
your god was secretly hoping that you'd spend it on this competition. That's why you got it.
Are you both doing it?
And I rolled a 19
Yeah.
for 38.
Okay, so out of the gate, Glug Glug got a 31, doing slightly better, and Muros got a 32. So it's that slow pushing down ever so slowly, and then Glug Glug whispers to his god, and he says,
I need you, buddy. Bring it home.
And Kurgus goes, "Hoorah, Johnny Bravo," and 38, and changes his 32 to a 38. But Miros, tenacious dwarf that he is, burns his hero point and stuck with the 24. No.
Johnny Bravo, like, that was good. That was good.
An extra.
I do
vein
admit
pops.
probably had something to do with calling the god in for.
Well, the dice were, you guys were like
No.
28 to 30 to 38, like all the way along there. And Miros is just, that was good. That was very cool. Anyway, he had you like so far back before you just bring it home from the, you know what I mean? And win. Yeah. And unfortunately, to come back from that far down, there's no, contest. Like Miros was just saying, like, I think you've got the little guy's respect now. And Al, you're out of silver.
Aw, and you're up one.
Thank you, Kurgus. And then I will stand up and offer my hand of friendship to Miros.
I take it firmly. Anytime you want to do this, brother. Again.
They're fleecing you, dude. Like, they start with silver, and you win a couple times. Then when gold's on the line, you know what I'm saying? Dude, put you through the ground. It's a dwarven con, man. Don't fall for it.
A dwarven con being run by an orc and a gnome.
No.
Yeah.
You're the mark now.
Yeah. That's the perfect fleece. I reach into my bag of holding, and I pull out a mead. And a stein filled with mead, and I pass it over to Glug Glug.
I will take a long draft and hand it back and thank you, friend.
Is this just like an
challenges and conflicts we'll overcome together? Till I beat you again next time.
Perhaps if you get the divine favor, you will.
Perhaps.
I don't know what happened to my accent. Normally it's pretty southern, so maybe next time you'll get it.
Us dwarves have a habit of rubbing off.
Oh,
the gnome says, standing on the table, looking at you in the eye.
Secret identity slips out. He's not actually a southern girl.
My secret backstory.
He's a giant dwarf.
The green paint flecks off. Oh no.
Excellent.
Oh my god, I really hate, I don't know what's going on with my lighting here. I look like the frickin' Tangerine Tyrant himself. There we go. That's better. Need to look paler. So guys, rest, respawn, recount, replenish, redo, rememorize, refocus. 2 things are on the docket. 3. You learned from our Lady Desna Cleric that Sunset Imports might be a place worth checking out in Cantargo. We learned that there's a merchant going to Cantargo. Not that you need a guide, just follow the coastline, but, creepy as he is, it's up to you if you guys want to, schmooze this guy or not.
We'll take him up on the offer, but we are going to go take the priestess to the portal to look at it.
Yeah.
Make a delivery, drop off all our excess shit at the Citadel before we make the journey to Cantargo.
Okay. Now, you wanted just to say, oh, hey, here's a religious portal that we're using and happens to be a religious site to Desna. Don't worry, there's other portals to other elven gods. Desna's just the one that brought us here. Or is this more of a fix my portal because I want the right cleric in the right place, the right time that I choose kind of?
So, I mean, a little column A, a little column B,
Okay.
You know what I mean? So yes, here is probably a very important spiritual site for you. Understand that if you tell anyone, we'll kill you. No, I won't say that, but and also say, hey, we're having issues with blinking in, blinking out activity. We traveled through since that happened. People who are connected to us either by blood or camaraderie weird things are happening.
Or faith, right?
Or faith, yeah.
Davis's CC cleric, the only connection is that he's human and we're running with a CC cleric, right? So until his secret background that ties into Glug Glug's secret background comes forward. But right now it's just randomly substantial. It's been a while since I've been able to roll my official actual Pathfinder Age of Ashes dice. For some fun, I've re-enlisted Fantasy Grounds to show GM rolls for some of that edge of like monster attacks and some interesting stuff that's coming up. When certain monsters are vulnerable to certain damage, I actually have some damage self button. So instead of saying, and he takes extra this, you guys get to find out through surprise. It's like, wow, what's all this extra damage listed going to the thing? And thought I'd try that as opposed to just, So don't be afraid to talk about numbers and stuff that you guys see.
Okay.
Because we are still podcast first. I know you guys are all like, yeah, but no one, they want to hear the numbers too, please. So
If you
guys
see
wanna-
something, say something.
Do you want to blindfold the old biddy? Is this a secret cave with our portal, or you just trust her?
That's a good question. I will discuss it with my party.
Okay. Intelligence rolls all around, boys.
Like, I think it's probably
in
a
the top.
wise decision. I think that would be my go-to. But
I can turn to a large frog and she can just hide my mouth and I can carry her.
There you go. Have an intelligence check. I don't know what I rolled because I put it in the tower. Am I smart? Am I dumb?
Muros.
I'll take the worst.
No, my answer.
This is just so that you guys get all your 20s and 1s out and don't bitch about them. That's why I asked for tower rolls, really.
Put the granny in my mouth. That's my call.
Surprisingly, Glug Glug. The woman was raised here. Like, as soon as you unmask her, she's going to look at the ocean coastline and probably have a decent idea of not exactly where she is, but, if she wanted to wander off the next day when you're gone, she could probably find this place in a week, given the fact that was born and bred here. Like, you guys would have to...
She was in my mouth.
No, I'm just saying you'd have to take her to the cave and not let her see the exterior of it.
Yeah.
Right.
Which is doable. Please step into our carriage. Don't mind the spongy, slimy upholstery.
This is the friendship hood we're putting over your head. What? Yeah.
Please step into the frog.
I feel like Albert would totally just do that.
I feel like the town would turn on you as you bagged and tagged their leader. I'm just saying, might be a whole new ball.
Well, I mean, we could take
cat.
her out of town first and be like, yo, we don't want people to know about this.
No, did you tell her that it's actually sacred to Desna?
Told her that we went through a portal that we thought was related to Desna.
Okay. All right.
For sure.
I think she would want the honor of
Sacred
seeing
site.
it. She's not going to bitch about like the small details right now.
I don't know. Like, do you think she's trustworthy? Desna is the...
As
You
your
say she's
cousin
not
would-
trustworthy, just tell me and I'll swallow now.
Halfling cleric that you insulted, your cousin called Flappy Butterfly God, something. Both Cheryl and Frank don't play anymore. I don't know.
I never had a single problem with her,
had they followed
but I do
Fergus-
understand her running in fear.
Oh yeah, no, that Desna thing's biting in the ass now. 2 books later, honey, I'm telling you. She's like, that's right.
No, if you just picked if you picked a god who actually had some substance.
Kurgus?
Hmm?
He subbed you.
Rah rah.
Anyway,
Dun, dun, dun. Yeah,
she'll
no, I
agree.
think we would. I think we would bag her. We'd get her out of town. We'd be like, yo, this is a secret.
Okay.
Bag her, tag her.
So you
I
take
wonder
her,
if I...
you take her
'cause,
back
like-
to the cave.
Yeah.
Right.
And take her into the... I would actually, like, before we remove the blindfold, I would take her into that dream room area, like take her through the portal, leave her blindfolded all the way through the portal. Don't even let her see the cave.
Right, but like she would know a dark tunnel, and then ta-da! It's like I need some light. I don't have dark vision. Eh? Actually, no. I guess the halfling needs some light, don't you?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I definitely need torches.
Okay.
Poor fella.
Yeah, we all don't have greater dark vision. Jeez.
No, but I can actually.
I know.
cast-
Hey, what? Like,
I can
rub it in.
cast dark vision for you if you'd like, sir.
Twice the dark vision you do. You got none.
What does greater dark
That's
vision
because
do
of
for
the
you?
rebuild, because of Core 2, the things that changed. My ancestry changed because my ancestry ceased to exist.
Okay.
I was like,
Really?
oh,
They took away the forged dwarf or whatever?
yeah, it changed to, what did it change to? Where's my abilities? There it is. What was it? The heritage. What was my heritage? I don't know where it is. Where does it list that? I don't even have it listed. I did pick it. I swear. Gave me different abilities anyways. I'm a different dwarf than I used to be.
No, you're not.
I'm not the same man. I mean, I'm the same man, but okay.
Going through the portal changed me.
Several times.
Oh,
It has.
if you go
Okay.
to abilities and then rules and abilities down in the lower right, it should be listed in there.
Abilities. Oh, okay. Yeah.
You're stuck in
So-
that restage.
Anvil dwarf. Yeah, I'm an anvil dwarf.
Oh, there you go. Okay. So assuming you guys get her there safely and you give her enough light to study this side of the portal, the gate, right? And give her some time, she crawls around, the portal entrance. It's currently deactivated. And there's indications. She excitedly murmurs that she sees a few runic symbols, indication, religious symbols that could be, devoted to Desna and everything. And she's just very excited to, if this is, actually active. Anyway, she cackles and goes over it.
I'll
And then
explain to
says-
her the situation that we found this area in with the Night Sisters.
Right? Like ignore all the blood stains. We haven't cleaned it up yet.
Yeah, I know. Like,
and
I'm looking at the picture of the room. I'm just like, ooh, welcome
Well,
to
you guys-
our
you
dungeon-esque
guys-
lair that you can only
we
enter through
found
this
it like
portal that
this.
we have the key for.
You're not in there yet. You're on the outside. You're in the cave tunnel, right? You're not.
Oh no,
on this
no, I
path
wouldn't.
yet.
I wouldn't take her blindfold off until we pulled her through the portal.
Oh, you activate the portal and
Activate the portal, bring her through to the other side.
Okay, all right. Then she takes she's like a female Clint Eastwood. She can take some shit. Like she very grimly sets her jaw, looks around the room, takes in all the bodies and the blood and everything, and is more pissed. Can I have some perception in the tower, boys?
Yeah, sure can.
The portal from this side still doing its 10-minute pre-fade glow from you guys activating it because you guys have timed it and it generally stays open for about 10-15 minutes tops. Hazarding a guess, Karam, her disdain and distaste is the fact that a place that she sees the portal, the symbolism that's obviously special to Desna, has been desecrated by hags, by combat. And with them gone, I wouldn't say blames you guys, but takes on a more grim, if that's even possible, demeanor, and sets to work studying, casting, detecting, analyzing, identifying, and doing what she can with her own skills to the top of her level of ability. And calls Al over
Aye.
for a second opinion and wants to know what you know about the magics the arcane versus the divine. Who cast the spell that you said caused the shifting, and wants to now that she's here, it's like, walk me through it.
Yep. And I will do my best to do so. So my expertise is in Arcana, but I am also trained in occultism.
Okay.
And religion.
Okay. Can I have all three in the tower?
Yeah, you can.
Okay. And as you're putting them in the tower, I would like to know, Al, or anybody else, whether it's just a character idea, a player idea, or if you want to throw your thoughts in the tower, your theory. Does anyone have a running theory of, besides our crappy player schedule, in the world lore, why this is happening? What is happening?
I will mention that we used to have a Desna priest in our party, but for some reason she really didn't feel safe with us and took off, and maybe she cursed us.
And why would she curse you?
She's a teetotaler.
My people love to travel and new adventures. What?
She was a teetotaler and we drank too much.
Oh.
Well, our natural inclination was to our newer member cleric of Caden Cololian. We tend to be on the rowdy side in our travels, and I think maybe her constitution wasn't quite
so
on par.
You insulted either her or our god, is basically what you're saying. She says very intuitive.
I would never. I have nothing but the most respect for the clerically professions.
Yeah,
However,
her general
the other
direction.
cousin Theowen, well, there's no real delicate way to put this. He's a bit of a douche. He had a few choice words, something about some nimby bimbly butterfly wing goddess. I think he offended her.
Okay. I'm glad you told me. And luckily, that might get someone's ear up, particularly those of the short folk, she says, looking at your new friend, who are insanely loyal to those that they consider comrades. So they might take that kind of insult to their vocation very personally. But I would really, really doubt someone that you said traveled with you so briefly would resort to some sort of curse. Especially something that would affect down the line.
But I'm just trying to rule out every other possibility.
No. We're working on a theory here. It is you, Al, with the best rolls, but I will say that you guys are doing well enough, the rest of you in the tower, that you can follow. Your character's able to follow this back and forth of theory and stuff, because obviously the player can, but maybe your character isn't educated enough, right? I'm saying that you guys...
You mean Neuros looks like he's following the conversation?
Yeah.
I'm so proud of me cousin. You come a long way. Looks like your transformation into that wee fellow did a bit to get the gears turning.
Just trying to determine which one of you is his food.
Oh, Muros hasn't put anything in the tower yet. He's just staying
Keep it simple. And while I'm working with her, I kind of want
to... There's a lack of Ryan rolls in this tower. Can I have some of those before you get all proud with your gnome? It's like, I'm scrolling back.
Intelligence rolls? Which way?
I'd like to get a read on this lady, because I'm not opposed to people knowing about the portal, because obviously you can't come in or come out without the keystone or whatever. It's not just an open gate, right?
Yeah, so arcane, religion, or occult, Ryan, for Muros, is what we were looking for. Well, she happily surprises you by asking about, how do you activate the portal? Is there a spell? Is there a key? Perhaps your cleric of a different god miscast an activation spell?
I'll actually show her the key.
Okay. So we can rule out theory number 2, she says, that a cleric of a different faith offended the gods of our faith that built this portal in using an activation spell, rivalry.
What was the spell it got hit with? It was...
He was using his...
he did his holy Kamehameha move and hit it, didn't he?
Yeah, he did his big red beam of let me get back to you, DM. I'm still on deck charging the sucker.
Yeah.
Big laser of death.
Kame.
Yeah, he shot. He ended up.
Kame. Round 2. Ha!
It was Kame, critical fail, I believe is how it went down.
Yes.
We decided to run with it. Yeah. So theory number 2. She says, okay, I doubt then it was, crossing the streams with clerics. Which brings us to theory number 3. She analyzes, detects magic, and itemizes the key. Okay, so you were given this. She looks around. She's like, there is another portal in this room, but there's 2 exits. Can you show me the rest?
Yep. Give her the grand tour.
Okay. Very sad.
And explain what we encountered. Like the nightmare, the hags, and
Yep. She grimly takes it. I mean, it's like a school teacher that devoted her life to teaching kids in an orphanage, and then you're taking her back to like a burnt ruin. And even though she doesn't have personal memories, it's just such a tragedy, such a waste to see such a beautiful extra-dimensional space devoted to rest and all the tenets of her goddess to be desecrated by these hags. By the time she gets to the statue in the first room that's been ripped apart, that she believes is of Desna, and what she's practically weeping. She's pissed. But she does say that she owes you gentlemen a debt of gratitude for terminating the evil in this place, because I have not sensed any evil. I have not sensed any lingering presence. And I don't think there's any more ties to the ether that brought those hags here.
Well, that's a comforting bit of knowledge.
Okay. She asks you, is that the other portal in the first room?
Aye.
And the key will take you through?
Aye.
But you don't want me to know where it leads?
Well, I'm not averse to telling you that it leads to our keep.
In the Five Kings Mountain?
No, it's a wee bit further than that.
In the other famous dwarven place where we racially think all dwarves come?
Yeah, I'm racist. Nah, I'm not going to go into details quite yet. To be frank, I haven't known you long enough to be giving away our secrets. But the other end of this,
to a temple. What I'm getting to is there a temple to my god on the other side?
Nay, there is no temple on the other side of this.
Is there a temple within so many miles?
Aye, there is.
Okay, that might explain this place's existence then. Now, do you tell her there's multiple portals, or are you just talking about this one? You haven't told her?
No, I won't.
Okay.
Drop the circle.
No. So she's running on the theory that there's within 10 miles or something, there's a temple. She, even though it's a small one in a small town, she could think it's a brilliant cathedral, but it would explain this place A to B, right? She's thinking about the closest temple or history or something big, a religious significance era history, something that happened, Rivendell, something, and she's, even if there is something, it just seems too far, too long ago, or too small a scale of a shrine to really be relevant to put the other portal.
Do you think if we were to restore this place to its former splendor, if maybe it's the lack of attunement, the damage to the statue?
I would be happy and honored. I believe you, my goddess, brought you and Kyrgyz, nudge wink, to us and saved us, and to repay the debt that I and my people owe you. I think my goddess has led me here to help you restore this place, to help you somehow. So again, good news. I don't think you're cursed.
Oh, that's good news. Yeah.
And with a natural 19, lucky you on my natural dice, she has an idea that, how long have you had this key?
Well, it's been like a couple weeks, right?
Okay.
Several chapters.
Now, since she doesn't know about the other keys and how you've been around all the portals, She says it out loud, but she's discounting a theory that might ring true to you guys, that you guys have actually absorbed the magic and become keys yourselves. That given enough exposure to the portals, the portal ring and its keys, that eventually you won't need them. You might need them to go through it first, but return trips and stuff, back and forth, you guys actually might be walking keys and be able not to have to like, oh,
How does that work?
we're 6 months into the... Well, she's saying, no, this couldn't possibly be because you guys only had the key a couple weeks. You couldn't be... Anyway, so she explains to Miros that it has been known...
awkwardly over at everybody, talking about the fact that I was able to lay hands on it and talk to my god and get through without a key.
Yep.
I don't say that out loud. I just sort of look nervously at you guys.
No, but Miros going, oh, how would that work? And she's just giving a lesson on, well, there's been documentation about certain people using a portal or being exposed to the magic enough that eventually they don't even need a key for that portal. Hence kind of becoming keys themselves.
Natural attunement.
Mm-hmm.
I am familiar with the theory.
So that would be a great lead into my next theory. But you said you only had the key a couple of weeks, so...
Aye.
I don't know. I would like to look into this further. I would like to help you clean this place up, and if you trust me to trust a couple of my acolytes, or, because this is going to take some manpower, right?
Yep.
You guys said you're off to Cantargo. I'm an 80-year-old broad trying to run a town. I'm not going to come in here and start masonry work and, like something, but so she wants to...
I want chicken soup.
I'm not adverse to working with you.
Okay.
My
first request.
There's a security issue.
Okay.
For me and mine.
Does the temple on the other side know about this place?
I don't think so.
They would be a huge boon in helping restore this place and solving the puzzle of your nudge wink curse. You don't want me bringing anybody. I can bring in Faithful.
It's not that. It's a little more complicated than that specifically. However...
good thing I got lots of years of my life left.
I will take it under counsel and have a think on it over my next wee journey to Cantargo.
Yeah, and during this time, I will give Albrecht a little note, and it's just a Pac-Man eating 3 dots. Just so you know, cousin.
Thanks.
I'm here to help.
So I'm not going to take it off the table, but I cannot. It's too much of a security issue for us to just have anybody coming in and out of here all willy-nilly.
That's fine. I didn't think my goddess would put such a challenge in front of me without there being, and then she looks at you guys, certain obstacles. I didn't think you'd hand me this place on a silver platter. I will have to remain vigilant and faithful. Now take me home. It's time for my nap.
That said, I've got a cousin who might be willing in our stead to work with you, who could keep an eye on the situation in here. But I'd have to talk to him. So I do have to, take a little jaunty home.
Not the one that was insulting Desna, I hope.
No. He's got his hands full. He married a necromancer. Psychotic fellow. Glutton for punishment.
No shit. You don't say. I mean, we're on the edge of Cheliax. I've seen some stuff in my 80 years, man, and it's like...
We listen, we don't judge.
Okay. No, that's fine. She says, well, we'll...
So, yeah, in the meantime, we'll take you back to town and sort our belongings up, and then we've got to travel home, and I may come with a cousin to introduce to you who will work with you, if that's your goal.
Okay. GM wants to know, is this like a new backup character, clerical cousin, or were you talking about speed?
No, and we have cousins. They're brewing.
Yeah.
like just to monitor, because I actually think it is a good idea that we restore this place to its former glory.
Anybody that is currently not playing a dwarf wants to come up with some kind of clerical cousin to deposit in the portal, because then you're within range to be a backup character in case your character dies. I think it's a brilliant idea. Anyway, put that out there. Yeah, sure. Or another cameo.
An orc cleric of Kyrgyz.
The other cousin.
she shows up.
He did say we have a cousin. I guess that means halfling and orc cousins are on the table. But they would have to be something they'll do with Desna, right? You imagine a great big butterfly, flappy orc priest.
I love it.
That's really good.
Oh my god!
Dude's like
give it the
hippie.
voice from what's that?
We have the Hulk,
character's name,
or a green
freaking,
smaller version of him.
It's either like it was either South Park or The Simpsons. I think it was a Simpsons character though. Oh my god!
Oh my god! No, that's South Park.
Towley?
Mr. Bitch.
It was a Mr. Bitch.
Mr. Bitch.
That's a South Park name if there was one.
Yeah,
that
true.
was Mr.
Oh my
Bitch.
god! Oh no! You know what? It might have actually been Family Guy. Now that I think of it.
Yeah, it could be.
I don't see. I would go the other way, like one of these anime characters that are gruff and tough, and it's like I like butterflies. What of it? You know,
Oh my god!
I travel a lot. You know,
Like, you know how the anime trope of the like cross-dressing guild leader.
oh god, there you go. I'm not doing that voice.
Muscle-bound orc wearing nothing but suspenders and pasties, like wearing the friggin' Borat bathing suit. I'm a cleric with Desna.
with that terrible offensive image in our minds, we will see you all next time.
Yeah, I'll start working on that.
God.